Now let's have a look at the players I think will do well this upcoming game week. We are going to start off with West Bromwich Albion keeper Ben Foster. We've also got Forster in there for Southampton, Heaton in there for Burnley, and De Gea in there for Man United. Now interesting, Burnley face West Brom and both are in there because I really can't see that being more than a 0-0. That's saying a lot about both teams. Even then, I think both are really good keepers for saves, so both will come into play at that time. You also got Forster in there for Southampton, £5 million, of course, home tie against West Ham. Feel like could be another clean sheet, 2-2 for them, looking really sturdy at the back at least for the start of the season. De Gea finally at 5.5 could be good. I've already said they could concede, but I feel like that is just a little bit of maybe could. My prediction. I've got to try and get my predictions right. But De Gea even then will make a few saves. I think like if you do get a clean sheet, 2-2, looking more like a clean sheet than a goal being conceded, which my prediction is already looking a bit worrisome. I've made it, so I'm sticking with it. But De Gea also could look really good anyway for the future. Man United's fixtures look good in these first few game weeks. Moving on to the defence, we have Francis of Bournemouth, Smith of Huddersfield, Bertrand of Southampton, Bailey of Man United, Kolasinac of Arsenal, and Walker of Manchester City. Now Francis at 4.5 is slightly injury prone at the moment, or slightly injured at the moment. He's got a 75% chance of making the next game, so worth bearing in mind. But you also got the fact of Daniels who come in to play, so I feel like Daniels would be the backup for this one, just to say it right now. But Bournemouth face off against Watford. For attacking returns, could be bombing down the right hand side, getting the points from there, and that's where I think Daniels could also come into play for the extra 0.5 of a million. Smith is one that maybe could go under the radar here, and if you look into wait for your latest and do your transfers, he got 0 points this game week because he got taken off at the 56th minute after getting a yellow card, which meant he didn't get a clean sheet, and got a -1 for a -1, so he's ended up on 0. But under the radar, a lot of people think even played, so could be looking good. I think he's fit for the upcoming game as well. Bertrand as well at 5.5. Southampton look good if they're going to get any attacking returns. It could be through Bertrand, so one to keep your eye on. Bailey and Kolasinac at £6 million. Bailey looking good and nailed on for the centre of Man United's defence. And also Kolasinac looked really good going forward. Hopefully he can be pushed out to the left hand side, left wing back this game week, and he'll really reap the rewards if he's around there. I feel like it could be a wonderful signing, especially a free one for Arsenal too. And Walker at 6.5, Man City attacking wise, could be looking at him. He's a fullback, charging down the wings, could be really good for them. Next up we have the midfielders. We're going to start off with my main man from last game week. It's Christian Eriksen. Tottenham, £9.5 million gets you a man who got 2 assists in the last game week, and he's done really well against Chelsea in the past. Could he be set to do that again? Mkhitaryan also Man United comes in again after last game week, doing really well. Man United of course face Swansea. I feel like could get a few goals there. Maybe another 2 assists from Mkhitaryan. Who knows? Kachunga comes in at £6 million. I think he could be one to look into this game week with Huddersfield facing against Newcastle. I feel like if Tommy Smith is fit, having them 2 link up as well could be really, really good. And just in general, Kachunga, I feel like it's only a matter of time before he gets himself on the score sheet. Got Ward-Prowse at £5.5 million, Southampton man, looking good on the right hand side. And I feel like if he does keep there, who knows? More attacking, a few assists, a few goals, could be looking good. And West Ham, not looking good at the back, are they? Not really. Fraser comes in at 5.5 as well. If he keeps his spot, he could be set for some point returns. Of course, Bournemouth face off against Watford, who conceded 3 goals against Liverpool in their 3-3 draw. So Fraser could be one to look into for this coming game week. And lastly, Mane at 9.5. Liverpool face off against Crystal Palace, a team that didn't look very good against Huddersfield. And I feel like Mane could really reap the rewards of that game week. Lastly, we've got the attackers, and I'm going to start off with Jamie Vardy at £8.5 million. Leicester face off against Brighton, a team that would look, did look good sitting back against Man City. I only conceded 2 goals against them. Could concede another 2 in this game week, and Vardy's pace will be a threat for any team this season. Firmino also 8.5. He's a penalty taker. Liverpool as well face off against a weak Crystal Palace team. He's a central player. Could be looking to get into a few good positions there. Maybe another penalty, maybe another assist, who knows, but I think Firmino looks good this season. Mooney as well, £6 million. Feel like he could be the one to trouble Newcastle with a bit of pace. Of course, they have Shelvey out, they have a few players that went off injured, so Mooney could be one to really dig into a half-broken Newcastle defence, albeit. Lukaku also comes in for a big money transfer at 12.5, 11.5 I should say actually. Manchester United face off against Swansea, and again he's going to walk through most players this game week. So yeah, Swansea, be wary, be scared. But also, lastly we've got Gabriel Jesus. Chelsea, I feel like lacking in the attack, and probably could do with Gabriel Jesus, but they lost against Burnley. That makes no point to why he should be in the game weeks. Basically, looked good last game week, could have got a goal, unfortunately didn't, but this game week is time to shine. But let's take a more in-depth look at some of the players that I've talked about in the previous few minutes. David De Gea is the first one. The goalkeeper from Manchester United is £5.5 million, 32.1% of people selected him as of recording this video. Of course, got the clean sheet last game week. Swansea, Leicester, Stoke, Everton and Southampton in his next 5. I feel like I could get a few more clean sheets there. £5.5 million for now. It's expensive for a goalkeeper, but really good points returns indeed. Kolasinac as well is £6 million. 13.4% of people selected him. 5 points in the last game week, but of course, conceding all those goals isn't going to help. And also the fact he was in a back 3 with another left back and an experienced centre back, so things need to change around there. I think they could do as well. And you're Stoke, Liverpool, Bournemouth, Chelsea and West Brom, so a few tough games in there, a few easy games. I feel like his attacking potential against both Liverpool and Chelsea could really hurt those teams. You also got Christian Eriksen coming in. He is £9.5 million, 15.6% of people selecting him, 12 in the last game week. Chelsea, Burnley, Everton, Swansea, West Ham next game weeks. He used as well against Chelsea, so people that are doubting him, so put your faith in him because he could do really well. We've also got Mkhitaryan in there, another midfielder, £8 million. I suggested him last time, I think maybe in the differentials, but all through the week I've been talking about him, especially in the live stream as well. He looked really good, and he came to prudence, and he proved me right. First big thing correct this season. Second big thing in Kane, going Kaneless and that working. Heart rate didn't do very well though. But anyway, Mkhitaryan, Swansea, Leicester, Stoke, Everton, Southampton, as the same as David De Gea. As I said earlier, he looks really good, and I feel like could be one to consider if you're looking around that sort of price tag. Maybe even upgrading Zaha if he's injured. I'm unsure what that is at this moment in time. Also got Mooney in the attack. Huddersfield man is £6 million. 2.2% of people selected him, of course. 12 points in the last game week. Looking good the next few game weeks. Newcastle at home, Southampton at home, West Ham away, Leicester at home and Burnley away. All 5 games, see him getting a goal in. That means the first 6 games getting goals. Imagine what that do to your points, but also the price of him. You make so much money on him, you'll be able to get an extra £0.5 million for free. Easy money. And lastly, we've got Gabriel Jesus, who just didn't have the finishing touch like Kane last week, but Everton at home this week. Some good games coming up as well. I feel like Jesus is definitely one to consider. 12.3% of people selected him. He's playing up front with Aguero. 4 shots, hit the post on one of them. Looks good in his dribbles as well. Jesus, I feel like for now didn't score, but in the future definitely will hit the ground running.